organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Thanks for tuning into your latest edition of the Daily Iowan, your television news, sports, and weather source from the Daily Iowan. I'm Adam Lacey, joining you inside the Daily Iowan newsroom. The names of the 20 Powerball winners were finally released after about a week. The self-titled Shipping 20 won $241 million Powerball. 18 men and 2 women from Cedar Rapids who work for the Quaker Oats cereal plant revealed themselves as the Shipping 20. The group tried to stay anonymous and even filed for an injunction to do so. But after a couple days, the secret was too hard to keep, and the group finally came public. Each individual of the Shipping 20 will walk away with roughly $8 million. Federal state loans are going through changes in the state of Iowa, and Daily Iowan reporter Katie Reber has the latest.
Last week, Congress voted on legislation to keep the interest rates on federal student loans from doubling. On Friday, President Obama signed this extension bill into law, which will cap the interest on federal student loans at 3.4%. Over the next year, 7.4 million college students will fund their future education through federal student loans. Beginning July 1st, these interest rates on the loans were set to double. Had this legislation not been passed, students would pay an average of $1,000 more per year of interest on their federal loans. I asked some students here at the University of Iowa campus their reaction to the recent legislation passed affecting student loans.
It allows me to not pay back as much. Since it's my last year, I've actually had to take on more loans in this last year to cover everything. So it's nice knowing that I don't have to pay back as much.
That's great because I have a lot of student loans, so I'm here now in the financial aid office. I have too much, and doubling the financial aid rate would have left me in a predicament I'd never want to be in.
The Detroit Free Press reports that Iowa ranks number 3 in the nation for student loan debt and number 5 in the nation for student loan default. This news can be a bit disheartening for current college students, especially here at the University of Iowa.
It's primarily worrying because I actually came to Iowa because it was affordable, it was great, it wasn't that far, but then knowing that it's actually ranks quite highly in student debt and default is a little worrying for my future thing.
I didn't know that. It's kind of intimidating, but hopefully I can get these done with before I'm, let's say, 40, hopefully.
Mark Warner, Director of Student Financial Aid at the University of Iowa, told me how this new legislation affected students here at Iowa.
Which would have had a fairly significant impact on students once they go into repayment on these federal loans. We were hopeful that Congress would act by July 1, and they in fact did. So the interest rates, at least for the next year, will remain at 3.4% interest. We have probably 8,000 to 9,000 students who actually borrow through the federal direct student loan. So it would have impacted, could have impacted a large number of students on campus had the interest rates in fact doubled.
Katie Reber, Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks, Katie. And now for a quick sports update, let's check in with sports reporter Adam Harrison on the Primetime League.
We're just past the midway point in Primetime League, and 2 teams are tied for first with a 3-1 record. The Vinton Merchants, Mike Gayton's real estate team, and the LL Pellin Company, McCurry's, are the 2 teams at the top, and they're the favorites to be in this year's championships. The Vinton Merchants, Mike Gayton's real estate team, are led by Hawkeye Zach McCabe, Josh Oglesby, and incoming freshman Adam Woodbury. McCabe leads the team with 80 points and has 13 3-point field goals, shooting 72% behind the line. Oglesby, who's only played in 3 games, has 53 points, 11 assists, and 11 3-pointers. Adam Woodbury has tallied 36 points, but he makes his presence known in the post, snagging 36 rebounds. For the LL Pellin Company McCurry's team, Hawkeyes Devin Marble and Gabe Olaseni lead the squad. Marble has 88 points with 18 rebounds, and Olaseni has 53 points with 27 boards. The 2 teams met once this summer, and the LL Pellin Company McCurry's came away with the victory, 98-84. Adam Hairston, Daily Iowan TV, Sports.
Thanks, Adam. Senior citizens had a chance to vote on their opinion on the new Johnson County Justice Center, and Daily Iowan Metro reporter Amy Skonoulis had the story.
My story is about the meeting that was held Monday afternoon for senior citizens to voice their concerns about the new Justice Center in Johnson County. A lot of people were concerned about the lack of security in the current courthouse and the overcrowding in the jail, and this was a meeting for them to talk about those concerns and get those questions answered. The vote will take place during the general election on November 6th, and you can check more out about my story on Tuesday's paper.
Thanks, Amy. Let's take a quick look at the weather forecast before we leave. The clouds look to have moved on, and the sun will be out tomorrow with a high of 89 degrees and a nice cool wind at 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tomorrow night, and keep the windows open when you sleep. Looks to be a nice cool sitting at 60 degrees. The rest of the week looks to start to warm back up with a high of 90 and the sun out, but it is the weekend to worry about. Isolated shower storms and thunderstorms are looking to come in Saturday through Monday. That's your latest update from the Daily Iowan TV. You can check us out anytime online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.
You have been watching Daily Iowan TV, today's news, sports, and weather from the newsroom of the Daily Iowan. You can watch Daily Iowan TV 5 nights a week on UI TV cable at this time or anytime at dailyiowan.com. If you are a University of Iowa student and would like to join the award-winning Daily Iowan TV news team, we invite you to contact News Director Ryan Jones at the email address on your screen, or go to dailyiowan.com and click on the Job Ops link at the bottom of the screen.